What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I'll put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. This video is entitled You Should Simp for a Simp. A simp is basically defined as a guy who's going over and beyond for a woman who doesn't deserve that type of treatment and who isn't worth that type of treatment, and she knows she doesn't like the guy, so she's taking advantage of him, and he's basically a sucker. And he's trying to do it to get sex out of her. So whether knowingly he knows that she doesn't like him, or he unknowingly doesn't know that she doesn't like him, he's going to be played for a fool. Well, here's the thing. Y'all should simp for a simp. Go over above and beyond for these simps. Tell you why. Because the very kind of guy you're disrespecting because he's a simp is the very type of guy you wind up later down the line wishing you had in your life. You want a guy to go above and beyond for you and treat you like a queen. But see, when he was going above and beyond, you didn't really like him. He was a simp. You ain't like him like that. But thank you for all the stuff. Thank you for the nice treatment. And when that simp walks away, now you left with the rest of the guys who you felt were better than the simp. And they just not hitting on what you thought they was hitting on when compared to the simp. So you should simp for a simp. You should have simped for a simp. Tell you why. Some of you guys make fun of simps because some of you benefit off of the things that simps did for these women that you are dealing with, whether you're in a relationship with them or you're friends to them or whatever, right? Well, you're not a pimp because you're benefiting, you're secondhand benefiting from a guy's quote unquote simping. You're just a leech. That's it. And to disrespect the guy that you eating off of while you're making fun of him with the woman who got simped on that's allowing you to eat off her because of him. You know, in the beginning it seems like it's funny, but even she's going to lose respect for you because if a simp can do more for her than you can and you think a simp is beneath you, it's not going to add up. So, thus the problem, right? So, but you should simp for a simp. Because see, some of you guys, you know, oh, that simp got a good job. You might want to simp for that simp so maybe he can get you a good job if you're making fun of him having a good job. Maybe he can get you an entry-level position instead of you hating on a guy because he a simp. I would have never did that. What would you have done? I would have let somebody else go and do all that stuff, and then I'm gonna come up and show up after the fact, and then I'm gonna knock it out after that. Oh, okay. So let me get this completely right. What you're saying is you're gonna get this girl's mind and heart and her body, and you're gonna let her go out with another man because you got it like that she gonna come home to you. She gonna get tired of coming home to you after you put her on a simp stroll. See, eventually one of these simps gonna hit it. And don't let one of these simps hit it better than you. She gonna start questioning, why am I with this fool? First of all, he let me go out with these guys at some point. See, I understand a lot of people think that, you know, simps can't get a woman to have sex with them, but it takes more. But that doesn't mean it's not gonna happen. So you should have simped for a simp because, you know, all this, I want a guy to work for me. I want him to treat me like a lady. I want him to treat me like, you know, he really values me and respects me. I want to have conversations with him. Well, if you're a simp for a simp, you would have got all of that because that's what he was doing when he was trying to get get in your panties while at the behest of your male friend, boyfriend, man who was like, I'd let that fool do it. You should have simped for a simp. Tell you another reason you should have simped for a simp. Because it seems like simps need to work on self-improvement, right? They're using their money as a way to circumvent self-improvement. But with enough rejection, and they realize their money isn't enough, they'll work on other aspects of themselves. So the simp winds up becoming a little bit more well-rounded than the guys that you are attracted to that aren't simps. So when they become grown men, simping ain't looked at the same. You know, grown men are in a position to do things that other men aren't. You know, oh man, he paying for stuff. He paying for dates. He taking his girl out. Well, the simp, quote unquote simp, got a budget that's dedicated to just that. He's not going over that budget. What's your budget? Is your budget game? I got game, so I ain't got a budget. Well, here's the problem. You should have sent for a simp because he could have got you in a space where you got a budget too. Because women gonna like nice things regardless. They gonna get tired of quote unquote struggle love. That's why some of you ladies should have simped for a simp, because you might not be as attracted to the guy, but you can't be complaining about your struggle life with your struggle love because you didn't want to simp for a simp. You was making fun of the simp who was paying for all the things, the nice things that you miss. And the experiences that your quote unquote man can't give you, but the simp could. But you respect your man, but you don't respect the simp. Oh yeah, by the way, this is why you should have simped for a simp, because you're not respecting these simps, but how respectable are you by dealing with a simp, knowing you don't like the guy, viewing him as a simp, but you're benefiting off of his resources. You're not a respectable person. If you're dealing with a man who's making fun of simps, how respectable is he? When he's, like I said before, like secondhand eating off of a simp's resources, right? So let's not bring respect into these conversations when you don't have it for yourself, because you're not respectful enough to say, I can't take nothing from you because I don't like you. Instead, you're saying, I'm going to milk this for everything I can get out of it because he a sucker. Thus the problem. And the problem is, who's the sucker if the simp can afford to be a simp with multiple people, but you can't find I take that back. When at a certain point you can find multiple simps, but the well's going dry. Doesn't look like these simps' well of resources is running dry. So who's the sucker at the end of the day? The simp will get the last laugh. You should have simped for a simp. See, some of y'all out here breaking y'allself for y'all man that you say is a real man, but now you need a simp to kick in some funds so you can help your real man out. If you was with a simp, you probably wouldn't have that issue. That's why you should have simped for a simp. Now, on top of this, your girlfriends made fun of you because, girl, he a simp, he a sucker. He did all that for you? Some of your girlfriends tell you he a simp and he a sucker, and if you was in a position, you'd do it too. If she was in a position, she'd do it too. Well, some of them girls are low-key. You know that she don't like you, right? You know she just using you, right? You know she taking advantage of you, right? I wouldn't do that to you. So some of y'all girlfriends over the years, you wonder why you and your girlfriend fell out? Because she simped for the simp while she told you she would have played the simp just like you. So now she was dating the simp. He stopped dating you. You should have simped for a simp, is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.